is probably a splash-worthy effect, assuming the splash doesn't stretch my mana base too much, which I don't think it will. So, and flashing white also gives me access to a late game swing with Colonnade. So I'm going to start by taking a look at just black and blue, which I did run last time. So I'll get rid of everything other than, say, Trap, which is not the most exciting splash, but it is another removal spell. I do seem to be a little low on removal, and join the ranks. So that's 23 cards, but I do think I'm going to want to run Colony Gem. Maybe not. And Expedition Map is likely. It can fetch me a Colonnade. Blazing Torch. Alright. And so maybe Excavator becomes a little bit more interesting, because not that the mill was going to necessarily be very relevant. It might be okay, but more to, it's a 1-3 for 2 is okay because of all the 2-1s and 2-2s in the format, but just an extra pump for my allies. So let's take a look at how this looks. So 2 Wind's End. I mean, Wind's End is decent. It looks like really aggressive because you can swing for 2 on turn 2 with evasion, but you have to remember it's gonna, in order to attack with it, it costs you a mana in the early game, which so it's more. If you have nothing else to do, it's okay to swing, but hopefully you do have something else to do, and you're not swinging until turn 4 or 5. But it is a 2-2 evasion, so that's still decent. Okay, so sorting by creatures and spells. Let's see where I am. Again, Dead Reckoning, I had a pretty poor experience with the last time I ran it, which wasn't, I didn't make a video out of it, but it really, it's a card that I'm willing to give a bit more of a chance to, but I think sometimes I just might cut it, because as I've said before, it's not removal early in the game, because you still sort of want to draw lands. You still want to. You may not be able to put a creature on top. And what kind of creature are you going to have in your graveyard early in the game, anyways? And late in the game, what power are my creatures? I have some 2/2. These are 2/2s when I bring them back. Here's a 3 power, a 3 power, but I mean, there's not much that I can bring back that's going to kill something in the late game anyway. So I actually think in this deck it might just be cuttable. So I'm at 26 cards if I don't include my land here. So I have to make a few cuts. I think Dead Reckoning might I might just have to get the cut. I don't think it's very good in this deck. Spell Contortion, I think I kind of like it in sealed. I'd like to give it a try. I haven't really tried it in sealed, so I think I might want to give it a try at least. So permafrost trap, I am low on removal. Now, it's not really removal. It's only, you can only sort of consider it removal if you are if you're in a sort of a race, and that extra 1 or 2 turns you're getting out of it are going to provide you with enough tempo to win the game. So I'm not sure if this is really the deck where that I can expect that to happen, although I do have some evasive creatures, the 2 Zendikars, and some allies that can get pretty big and swing for quite a bit. So 11 creatures, but I have 2 Zendikars plus join the ranks, so it's not quite that few. I just want to make sure if I'm going to play an Eldrazi Monument that I'm not ridiculously low on creatures that kind of could make Monument a liability instead of a bomb. Maybe I should be playing white. Does that give me more creatures? How good is my blue? My blue isn't that good. Alright, I'm going to make a switch here. I'm going to go to white. I think I'm going to go to white-black and possibly splash some blue. Or maybe another color. Let's take a look at how that looks. It gives me another row ally as well to get some, more insane starts. Gives me another removal spell and arrow trap, Conqueror's Pledge, which is very nice with the Monument. So maybe this is a little bit better. I'll add in the Marsh Threader, and, well, nothing else that I really want to run offhand. Oh, Permafrost Trap and Excavator should go back for now. So let's take a look at this. So this, I'm at 22 cards now, not including the land, which I may splash blue, so I'll keep it here for now. This gives me a good reason to splash blue, and so does the 2 Jwar Isle Refuge. Blue is not going to be a difficult splash. It's a matter of whether I have some things that I want to splash. I am low on creatures, though. 10 creatures is not very good, and Dead Reckoning doesn't get any better with white. I have to hurry up here. So Dead Reckoning is going to go. I'm going to add in some blue relatively quickly. The Figment and the Banisher. It's not that they're the great, and the Excavator maybe as another ally. Not that it's the greatest splash, but I think the splash is relatively easy here. I'll add in my lands that do things. It might be a few too many. I'm not going to add the Sea Cliff here. I'll add in the Quicksand and quickly put my lands together. I'm in a bit of a rush. I maybe should have considered some red as well as a splash, but I think the blue splash is just so much easier. So it's telling me 5. So I have the 2 black-blue here and another blue here. So I think this actually looks reasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white. 2, 3, 4. Well, that's too much blue. That's way too much blue. And I think that looks good. Alright, I have 50 seconds. I'll make sure that this is how I want to go. But I think this looks close to as good a build. It wasn't the strongest of pools. Green had a great start. I would have really liked to have run green here with the Bestial Menace and the strength of the Tajaru. Alright, I will submit, and I'll see you in round 1.